Hi, my name's Michaela, and I'm going to be talking about our questions in our introduction. Hopefully, this posts because it's my fourth time recording, so I went on Zoom to record, and hopefully, this one posts over there. So, I'll talk about our first question, and about our three different diversities. And so, I first want to begin with my age. Now, a lot of people don't believe me, but I'm only 20 years old. And as I've been seeing as 20 years old, people don't believe me. People usually believe I'm usually like my mid to late 20s. But I'm viewed upon very differently, especially in my workplace. As a person who's 20 years old. Now in my workplace, I'm a manager. And I'm a manager who deals with tobacco and alcohol. And so when customers find out my actual age of being 20, their first question is why and how can you give me alcohol and tobacco if you're not legally allowed to take it? And I feel like it's a very weird question because even though I'm personally a person who's grown up never wanting to take tobacco, never wanted to smoke, never wanted to try it, probably never will try it. But I'm always questioned on why I can sell them tobacco if I cannot take it. And also as a manager, especially for people who are in their 40s and 50s who work with me. As soon as they find out my age, I'm gone from a person who's valued by them and they take all of my criticisms and everything I say to them to now I'm a person who they will skip talking to me and they'll go straight to the people in the management who are their age because they'll believe that I don't know what I'm doing because of my age. Um, Next is gender. I am a female. Um, but I've seen forefront gender in my family be very different. And for instance, my grandpa grew up in a family where his mom was a stay-at-home mom and did all the cooking, all the cleaning, all the dishes, and the men went out and worked and then was fed by her. And because of seeing that and growing up with that for him, I've seen it forefront happening in my house. I live with my grandparents to my grandma. And now my grandma does all the cooking, all the cleaning, all the dishes, and she feeds my grandpa while he sits and watches TV. And seeing that from a young age, I never wanted myself to fall in that point. I always wanted to be the family with my husband who was like 50-50 on chores or taking care of the kids and all that. And I still see that to myself, and I still hope my family is there one day. But as of right now, I'm slowly starting to grow into the mindset that my family is right now, where I do all the cooking, all the cleaning for my fiance and I while he works, especially right now with me being on maternity leave because I did just have our daughter last month. Um, he works, and so I don't see him needing to do that. So I do all of it while he brings all the money for us. And honestly, if I want clean clothes, I need to be the one to do them, or else I will not have clean clothes. And lastly, I want to talk about is disability. Now, I'm a person who I'm not disabled. I've never had to worry for myself having to worry if there's an elevator where I'm going or if there's wheelchair accessibility where I'm going, but I have had to see it and experience it for and with my mom. Now, my mom is disabled. She's wheelchair bound. She has Huntington's disease, which is a disease where you lose brain cells and you slowly lose mobility. So she's gone from my mom, who was like my mom when I was little, could play with me, could talk, do everything that a mom could do without disabilities, to now, as I am 20, she is wheelchair bound. She can't do anything on her own. Me and my grandparents take care of her 24/7. She can't eat on her own. She can't stand. And it's very different because my viewpoints have gone from me like not caring about how far away I park in a parking spot in a grocery store or just anywhere to now when I'm with my mom, I have to have that front parking spot. I have to be close. And then me and my grandma together have to get her out of the car into wherever we're going. And it's very different because I've had to watch forefront like the worries that she has to worry about. And I very different. Now next I want to talk about our next question, which was two positives of showing diversity. Now, I first want to talk about showing diversity in the workplace I work now. So I work in a grocery store. And I think showing diversity is by having different cultures or having diverse employees in our workplace can bring diversity to our store by promoting different products. So I feel like with having that, we don't promote all the regular everyday holidays, if you say, like the US holidays. But if we have diversity in our um grocery store, we can bring different ideas of how we want to show different holidays. And for instance, we can now we just had the idea in my work of promoting Cinco de Mayo in our store, and maybe like one day promoting Oktoberfest for Germans. And I think they're showing different cultures, holidays, and what they celebrate, and then bring it to the store to show people that we do care and we do listen to the different diversities there are in our store and our customers, and we want to promote that for them. The next one, showing diversity, I want to talk about is in my future job. So currently I'm getting my bachelor's to become a special ed teacher. And I think one way I want to show diversity is I just want to promote to my children that are going to be in my classroom that they are just like you and me. They are not different. I don't want them to think that their disabilities and special needs affect them, or I shouldn't say affect them, but I want them to grow up in the mindset that they have a bright future. That they don't have to worry about always question if they're going to be okay. I want them to grow up in the mindset that they can one day graduate high school and graduate college, like I'm about to do, and can do the job that they want. And they just need to set their mind. And I don't want them to think that that their needs or their disabilities will affect that. Because I feel like if they have that mindset, then they won't go for their goals. And I want them to go for their goals and then conquer them. And lastly, I want to talk about a consequence of showing diversity, and I want in my classroom. Now, as becoming a teacher, you want to show diversity, and you want to show all the different cultures and ethnicities within your children's families. And I want to do that by having different all of the different groups I'm going to have having different books on them of their languages, holidays they celebrate, their culture, their beliefs, and I want to show them and promote them in the classroom. And I think one negative of doing that is I could possibly, because I am a human being, I could forget one. I'm a human being, I forget stuff all the time. I'm a new mom, I forget things every single day now with my daughter. But I think if I am a human being and if I accidentally forget one of the ethnicity groups in my classroom, them and their family could possibly see me negatively and see they could think that I don't care about their ethnicity or their family beliefs, which is totally I do believe them. And I think having to show diversity, you have to show all of it. And if I am a human being and forget one part, I could be seen for the rest of the school year as a bad teacher or as not caring, and they may not care or think of my work positively. I think I just want that to happen. And with that, that is my video, and I hope you enjoyed it.